Hello, my little hoots! Hoot, hoot, hooray! Let's learn today. Today we're going to be reading Hang On, Hopper. Spring had finally come to the high plains. Feeling restless, Hopper said to his mother, "Now that the snow has melted, may I go down to the valley and play with my friend Scamp?" "Of course you may," she said, "but remember how far it is and make sure you get home before dark." "I will, Mama," said the little Arctic hare, and off he ran. The forest where Scamp lived was a wonderful place for games of hide and seek, and the two young hares played happily all afternoon. Suddenly Hopper realized how late it was. "Oh no," he said, "I promised I'd be home before dark." "Don't worry," said Scamp, "I know a shortcut across the river." "But I can't swim," said Hopper. "Anyone can swim," said his friend. "It's easy." Hopper nervously dipped a paw in the river. "Are you sure I can do this?" he asked. "The water is very cold." "You're just scared," said Scamp. "I'm not. Watch me," and he boldly jumped in. Hopper lowered himself into the river and pushed off from the bank. At once he disappeared under the water, then he bobbed back up again, coughing and sputtering. "Help!" he gasped, swallowing another mouthful of water. Hopper felt the current pulling him. He was sure he was going to drown. "Grab that piece of wood," called Scamp. Hopper managed to splash over to a wooden plank that was floating in the river. He clung tightly to the plank and saw Scamp running along the river bank. But the current grew so strong that Scamp could not keep up. As he watched his friend disappear around a bend, he shouted out, "Hang on, Hopper!" Slowly the current grew weaker and the river opened into a small pond. Hopper was washed up against an island of twigs and branches. He clambered out of the water and shook himself dry. "Hey, watch where you're stepping! That's my house!" said a deep voice behind him. Hopper turned around and found himself face to face with a beaver. "How did you get here?" asked the beaver, and Hopper told him everything that had happened. "That shortcut was a big mistake," said the beaver. "Water is dangerous. Stay away from it if you can't swim." "I will," said Hopper, looking rather ashamed of himself. "And I'm sorry I stepped on your house. I didn't know it was a house. There is no door." "Oh, yes, there is," said the beaver. He slid into the water, twisted, turned, and disappeared under the pile of sticks. "That was good," said Hopper when the beaver came back. "When winter comes, I'm going to build myself a house like this with a secret door under the snow." Then he looked anxious. "I should be at home now," he said. "Mother will be worried about me. How can I get back across the water?" "I'll help you," said the beaver. "Just climb on my back." Hopper held on tight as the beaver swam strongly across the pond. The beaver set him down gently on the river bank. "Off you go, little hare," he said kindly. "Come back another day and I'll give you swimming lessons." "Hopper," his mother was calling from the edge of the forest. Scamp had run to get her, and they had been searching for Hopper all along the river. Hopper was so happy to see her that he forgot how scared he had been. "I was swimming, Mama," he said proudly. "You should have seen me." Scamp had been even more frightened than Hopper. "I'm very sorry," he said to Hopper's mother. "It was my fault for making Hopper take that shortcut, but please will you let him stay with me tonight? so we can play again tomorrow? Only if you promise that there will be no more shortcuts," said Hopper's mother with a smile. It was already dark when the two little hares reached Scamp's home. His mother was waiting anxiously for him, knowing what trouble Scamp could get into. When they told her all about their day, she smiled but shook her head. "Tomorrow you must both stay close by me," she said. "No more swimming for either of you." Then, with Scamp's mother watching over them, the two best friends snuggled down together and went to sleep. The end. Thank you for listening to my story. Would you like to meet my bunny? He looks almost just like Hopper, but his name is S'mores. This is S'mores. You want to say hi to him? I'll put him closer so you can see him. I hope you enjoy meeting S'mores. He was excited to meet all of you, too. I'll miss you until we learn together again.